San Francisco law firm plans to file up to 1,000 separate sexual assault and harassment lawsuits against Uber and Lyft. The personal injury firm, Levin Symes Abrams, most recently filed 85 lawsuits against Uber, most of them in San Francisco Superior Court.
KRON 4's Taylor Bisacki spoke to the lawyers representing the victims in these cases, and she joins us now live from the city with more on this. Taylor.
Well, the law firm says of their 1,000 cases across the country, about a third of them are here in California and roughly 30 here in the Bay Area. They say this is only the tip of the iceberg.
We've always been taught to never get into a car with strangers ever since we were children. We were getting into cars with strangers when we get into a car with an Uber driver. And that's the reality of it. And they're strangers, and if you're vulnerable, who knows what that stranger's going to do.
Rachel Abrams and our partner Laurel Symes at Levin Symes Abrams law firm based in San Francisco represent hundreds of women here in California and across the country where they say their rideshare experience turned dangerous. Their law firm is currently in the process of filing up to 1,000 separate sexual assault and harassment lawsuits against Uber and Lyft. They say about a third of those cases happened in California, a large chunk specifically in the Bay Area.
This is the tip of the iceberg. As with any sexual assault type of litigation, everyone knows statistics say it's about 5% reporting. So if you're talking about 5% reporting and we talk about 1,000 cases that we have, not nationwide, that's a lot of women that have not had a voice.
The law firm most recently filed 85 suits against Uber, most of them in San Francisco Superior Court. They say these are individual cases, not a class action lawsuit, because the details and severity of the cases widely vary.
These cases range everything from the worst things you can imagine, a rape case, straight on through and down through grab and grope situations, through dirty talk and like have the windows locked down and the doors locked down rather in the car, and the person not being able to get out of the car, not knowing what's going to happen.
Symes says they took on their first client in a case against Uber about 2 years ago, and since then, hundreds more women have come forward. In many of these cases, they say the drivers have taken advantage of vulnerable women, whether they were intoxicated, fell asleep, or their phone died.
The rideshare companies, Lyft and Uber, to hear that and hear that voice and say, we need to change. We need to do cameras. We need to do more surveillance. We need to do more background checks. We need to do more training so this doesn't happen again.
Now, we reached out to Lyft and Uber. We have not heard back from Lyft yet, and during this report, I just got a response from an Uber spokesperson, so I want to read that in part. That spokesperson for Uber said, "We remain steadfast in our commitment to support victims and help stop sexual violence by collaborating with experts, pioneering safety tech solutions, and setting the standard on transparency and accountability." That's the latest live in San Francisco. I'm Taylor Bisacki reporting, KRON 4 News.
Appreciate it, Taylor.